Sweetie, Mikey, honey, I need to listen to Victoria, okay? Growing up is getting old. Hello, it is William calling from Wiwibloggs, and if this cat will leave me alone, Debit and I are going to be reacting to Growing Up is Getting Old.
Dobar den, zdrave, OMG. I am excited, but you know what? This beautiful Victoria journey now comes to an end. Growing Up is Getting Old is the final song of 6 that makes up her EP A Little Dramatic. And it is one of these songs that will go on and represent Bulgaria at the Eurovision Song Contest. This is a very personal song to Victoria, as a matter of fact. You know, she often relates it to her family members, people who mean a lot to her, her very dear friends, her closest companions. And this song was co-written with Maya Nalani, Oliver Bjorkvold, and Helena Larsson. Growing Up is Getting Old. Don't I know it? We're not getting any younger.
This is the next song from Victoria in her internal Eurovision 2021 selection. Are you ready? Let's do this! Hitting play.
iCard. There's always really lush orchestration. She's wearing green
I love me
now,
some Tetris.
which touches on the lushness of it all.
This feels
literally
more
poetry
positive and upbeat
with
than the earlier
a
entries.
really good melody. It's teasing something big. Simple yet so effective music videos. Introspective yet so engaging. I like this.
This creates a mood. Oh, it's very sweet. Girl, take some Sudafed, some Anodin. You'll sort that out.
Anxiety is draining, bro. This is so packed with depth, you know, it's emotional, it tugs on your heartstrings.
Ocean of emotion.
It challenges you intellectually as well. You know, getting older is one thing, staying alive is another, and having to wrestle your feelings, your thoughts, your emotions, your complexities in a world that is ever evolving around you is actually one of life's deepest challenges.
It's building very slowly.
I've been there.
But hopefully something will happen.
I'm sure you have too. Oh, Victoria. She's got the wisdom of a 100-year-old. Kid you not. This is beautiful.
It's growing nicely now. Yes, my strings. This is giving those tears getting sober. Build feels. Building.
She says a lot.
That's a swell.
Her songs mean a lot. But the production just gives you access into her world. It just opens
This is
up.
really lovely. It's a mood.
Hashtag
It's
open
its
up.
own mood.
Oh, I love this. Hints at
Coral
tears getting
backing.
sober.
All of Bulgaria is singing with her now.
Beautiful.
Builds to a moment.
I
That's
like
a cinematic feel.
Oh, you know, just looking at those photographs, reconnecting with those memories. Hashtag way back Wednesday. Hashtag throwback Thursday. You're beautiful. Hashtag
Oh, that ending is
Flashback
nice.
Friday.
Completely a cappella after the big symphonic swell. This is raw without being bloody. She's exposed. Yes, she's very exposed. And yet it feels warming at the same time. I think here there's a lot of vulnerability. She's saying, you know, growing up is getting old. As you get older, you're dragged through the mud. You leave your family, you leave all the friends you grew up with, all of that stuff. And that process is getting old. The act of getting old is getting old. I think this is a clever song. Lyrically, it's there. I think the lyrics are wonderful. And it didn't feel like 3 minutes. That really, it sped by despite the fact it's not a dance song, which is interesting to me because usually the songs that speed by for me are the ones that are going oons, oons, oons. This was intoxicating. That was intoxicating.
That's my life in a nutshell. Growing up is getting old. And as you get older, one would hope that you are overcoming trials, overcoming challenges, overcoming obstacles, overcoming hurdles, kind of just growing. And to grow. Shangu McCroy. Do you know this is a conversation between two stars, two Eurovision stars, class of 2021? Because Grow is a very similar take on this, but a very different musical offering. And there is room in this competition for more than one of that.
It's a bit Spartan and bare for some people's tastes. However, it carries a lot of the elements that I loved about Tears Getting Sober, that kind of that symphonic swell. The instrumentation, very classical instrumentation, paired with a voice that's modern, gritty, dark, breathy. It's interesting. This is an interesting song they could definitely work with. I have not reviewed all of the songs, but I must say, I think this is in my upper half of songs that I've listened to so far. So on Wiwibloggs.com, I can tell you what Victoria says. She says, it all started with the idea I had for the phrase, growing up is getting old. Together with Maya, Helena, and Oliver, her team, we started to build around it, and I believe we created something beautiful. The live instrumentation of Growing Up is Getting Old makes the song very special, and I hope people will also fall in love with the song. Victoria also says, you can grow in many different ways, sometimes going back to your roots, to the place you feel safe, and the people you love helps you find your purpose on earth. This is the case for me. When I listen to the song, I think of my mother, my father, my sister, my friends, all the people that mean the world to me. That is also, an idea that lots of people can relate to. I know that whenever I go back home, I do get sick of being back after a few days, but I do feel re-energized because it's kind of like your essence is formed wherever you're from often, and you carry that with you no matter how far you go, how far you fly. You know, you can take the boy out the south, but you can't take the south out the boy. Okay, hey y'all. And Victoria, who is gonna be, oh my goodness, she's gonna be all over the place because our girl can sing. Yeah, she must feel that.
This is beautiful. Shout out to Bulgaria National Television. Shout out to songwriting camps all over the world, particularly the one in Burgas, the Black Sea Songwriting. How clever is this? You know, this is so clever. Lots of stars who are coming back, lots of returnees. What you're doing is comparing their new entry to their previous. So case in point, Benny Cristo. So I'm comparing Oh My God to K-Mama. Victoria's taking me out of that realm. I'm not comparing Tears Getting Sober to them because I'm comparing Imaginary Friend to Dive Into the Unknown. I'm comparing Dive Into the Unknown to Funeral Song to Growing Up is Getting... So actually by the time May hits, I'm loving at least 7 songs because Tears Getting Sober is also part of that lineup and whatever else she's got to release in the back. This is super clever. You know, you've created enough positive distraction that you're not just a one-trick pony. You're unfolding, you're unveiling, and you're actually giving fans the opportunity to put the best song forward. Which, by the way, brings me to my dilemma. I don't have a best song, Victoria. I'm sorry. 6 out of 6. I love them all. I love them all. But I suppose Funeral Song touched me the most. You know, the lyrics I found really impactful. In terms of melody and commercial sensibility, I think Ugly Cry takes the lead. But that My Imaginary Friend, that's also amazing. You know, this is so difficult. This is so difficult. I mean, Victoria should have just picked one of these songs and been a songwriter for the other 5, clearing out an ESC top 10. That's the way I see it.
I'd like to see that reach a bigger point. I know she's working within certain shades of a certain color and she's not trying to be all like this, but I do think if that reached a more climactic moment, it could be very powerful. The slow build is nice, For me, it built maybe a little too slow, but I think there's real potential here. This is a special song that creates a mood. A lot of people have said, or some people have said, I should say, that all the songs sound the same, but actually no, there's a great deal of variety within this. I think she does like to work within melancholy hues. She does like to work within kind of pensive, contemplative settings, but she's creating distance within that. This sounds nothing like Ugly Cry, for instance, and this doesn't sound like Phantom Pain or the Funeral Song. No, there's variety here. I don't know which song I prefer. I need to listen to all of them and then make up my mind, but this one is promising. In any case, that's what we think.
But what do you think?
Are you loving Growing Up is Getting Old? Are you as sick and tired of getting old as I am? Let us know here on Wiwibloggs.
Follow us on Twitter, where there's a lot of chatter going on. I mean, you know, Eurovision fans that tweet, they've got opinions. I love them. Scribble down in the comment section below. Well, not scribble, type it up. We've got a podcast going where there's even more chatter going. And we're on Pinterest, Tumblr, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, all the socials, we're on it. Find us, wiwibloggs.com, where we also have a website online, www.wiwibloggs.com. And we will see you later.
Bye.